Hey, what's up guys, this is Rajesh and you're watching Input Output Campus. So today in this video we'll discuss about mapping data to a component in ReactJS in a very simple way. So before starting the video, make sure you have subscribed to Input Output Campus YouTube channel and press the bell icon and then select this all, because when I will upload a new video you'll get the notification first. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start the video. So in the previous video we have saw props and destructuring in ReactJS. So props and destructuring are very useful and very important concept in ReactJS. So if you have not watched these props and destructuring, then please watch this video. After that, watch this mapping data to a component video. Okay, so we'll use this same code and the same folder structure and the same project. Okay, here all the things are same. So here first of all we need some data. To map the data we need some data. So let's close all the files from here and simply go to this source folder and then right click and then new file and then give a new file that is data.json. So in this data.json file we'll store the data and we'll map the data in our component. Okay, so let's give some data here inside this array and then inside this object give title Sunday, description, give a description like this is Sunday. Okay, so let's copy this and paste it again and give your Monday, give your Tuesday, paste it here, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. Okay, so our data is ready inside this data.json file. Okay, now we'll access this data. So just go to this app.js and here inside this app.js component we can see there is another component that is my card, and we are passing this card title and card description from here, and we are using these props to access this data. So in the app.js we have used the my car component, and inside this my car component we have write this card title and card description, and this card title and card description all these are static. Okay, so we'll make this dynamic, and to make this dynamic we have to map the data from this data.json. Okay, so for that we have to import this data here. Okay, let's import it. So just write here import and give here any name like data, import data from data.json. Okay, so now data is imported to app.js, and to see if the data is imported or not, let's console it here and give here data and give here the variable data and then save it. So now if we go to the console, you can see here all the data are showing in the console in the form of array of object. Okay, so we'll iterate all this array of object in this app.js file. Okay, so how to show the dynamic data? So to show the dynamic data, let's delete this and remove this card title and also this card description from here. So inside this card title we want to give here dynamic data. So just write here data of 0 dot title, and in the card description just write here data of 0 dot description. Okay, so we are accessing the first element of the data. So just save this and you can see the output Sunday. This is Sunday. Okay, if we want to access all the data, then we can simply copy it and paste it here, and then we'll change this index from 0 to 1, and this is also from 0 to 1, and we'll do the same thing again. For index 2 we'll write here 2, and for index 3 we'll write here 3, and similarly write the other index like index 4, index 5 and index 6. You can see we have accessed all the data with the help of this index. Okay, so just save it, and you can see the output from Sunday to Saturday. All the title and description are showing here, but this is not the right way to access the data. So we know how to use the for loop, so we can do this using for loop. Okay, so let's try it using for loop. Just simply remove this, and here write array, write a empty array like items. This is an empty array, and we will iterate this data using for loop. So we'll write a for loop for let I equals to 0, I less than data dot length I plus plus, and inside this for loop we'll push all the data inside these items. Okay, so to push the data inside these items we have to write items dot push, and then inside this we'll write our component, that is my car component. So just copy this from here and paste it here, and instead of this index 0 just replace this with variable I. Now inside this return we'll write these items inside these curly braces. So just write here items. Okay, so just remove these extra spaces from here and save it, and you can see the output as expected. But now we'll do these things using map. By using map method we can easily get this output. Okay, so let's see by using map method. Okay, so just remove this for loop, and we'll use map method to this data. Okay, so inside this data just simply write here data dot map. So when we write data.map, so map method will extract one by one data and it will do the operation. So inside this arrow function there is a item, and inside this item one by one data will be in this item from this data. So you can see in the data there are 7 items. Okay, so first item will come to this item. So if you log this item you can see what is inside this item. So just save it. So you can see here inside the data there are 7 items. Okay, from 0 to 6 index, and in the item you can see separate elements are printing on items. Okay, so now we can easily access this title and description from this item. Now inside this my car here will be item dot title, because we are getting item, and inside every item there is title and description. Okay, so just replace this data dot 0 item dot title and item dot description. Okay, just to remove this and remove this also, and when you save this there's no output because we have not returned this from here, so we have to return this. So just give here this first bracket and return this component from here. Okay, and save it. Still we have not get any output. So what's the problem? We have mapped the data from this data and it's a return my car component. After returning this we have not store it anywhere, so we have to store this inside these items. Okay, so just write here items equals to data.map. Okay, and finally we are showing these items from here, and finally we'll write this item inside this return. Okay, so just simply save this and you will get the expected output. So you can see here we have write an empty array with name items, and we are store all the data inside these items, and finally we are writing these items inside this return. Okay, so now we can simply remove this all the things, and we can simply copy this data.map from here, and we can remove this item and paste this data.map here. So just remove all these things from here, and if you save this, you will get the same output as expected. But still there is some problem. If we go to the console, we can see there is a warning that is a child in our list should have a unique key prop. Okay, so how we can remove these warnings from here? So we have to give a unique key for each of this child component. So how we can give this unique key? So we can simply write here index, and we can write here key equals to index. So in the data.map, two things are coming, that is an item and another one is index. Okay, and this is a number, and we can give the key value as index here. And if you save this and go to the console, and if you remove all the things again and refresh this, and you can see there is no warning. Okay, we can also give our custom key here. For that you have to give here id, because id for this first is equals to 1. For the second element the id is 2. For the third element the id is 3. For the fourth the id is 4, and for this the id is 5, and for this the id is 6, and for this the id is 7. And save it, and here inside this app.js just remove this index from here, and in the key just write here item.id and save it and clear the console and refresh it, and you can see no warnings here. Okay, so in this way we can map the data to a component, and we can easily access the data using map method. So still, if you have any doubts or confusion regarding this, then please comment below, and please share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.